Compliance cannot be a one-time certification exercise. In this topic, we'll turn governance into an operating rhythm. Continuous monitoring, evidence, control testing, KPIs, and executive reporting, so leaders can manage AI risk with confidence. The foundation is now in place. AI strategy, governance, risk management, security, and regulatory readiness. Next, we move from designing controls to operating them continuously, using KPIs and reporting to support executive decisions over time. Traditional compliance asks, was this system acceptable when we approved it? That may work for stable systems, but AI does not stay still. Data shifts, prompts change, models are updated, integrations expand, and regulations evolve. Continuous compliance asks the better question. Are the controls still working now? It connects monitoring, change review, incident response, evidence refresh, and reassessment, so teams keep risk visible and stay audit-ready throughout the AI lifecycle. The continuous compliance cycle starts with knowing which AI systems exist and how risky they are. Teams then monitor production behavior, detect incidents, drift, misuse, and control failures, and test whether safeguards still work. Evidence is refreshed as models, policies, and regulations change. Results then flow to governance forums, audit, and executives, where decisions feed the next cycle. After deployment, compliance becomes a live feedback system. Teams watch how the AI is used, what data moves through it, who accesses it, and where exceptions appear. They also track AI-specific signals, drift, bias, hallucinations, unsafe outputs, and human overrides. The key is integration. These signals should feed observability, security, and GRC workflows with alert thresholds tied to risk, regulation, and business impact. Recurring reviews keep controls aligned to the system's risk level. High-risk AI may need quarterly testing, while lower-risk systems may be reviewed less often or after major changes. The purpose is to confirm that safeguards work in practice, including privacy, security, fairness, explainability, oversight, logging, access, and incident response. Findings should update risk ratings, remediation plans, exceptions, and executive reporting. Audit readiness is strongest when evidence is produced continuously, not gathered in a panic. Each lifecycle activity should leave a reliable trail: risk assessments, approvals, lineage, testing, control runs, incidents, and change decisions. Where possible, pull that evidence automatically from delivery pipelines, registries, monitoring, tickets, and GRC tools. Store it with timestamps, owners, versions, and control mappings. Evidence completeness then becomes a governance KPI, reducing audit friction and revealing assurance gaps early. Systems rarely remain fixed after approval. A model update, prompt change, new data source, RAG corpus refresh, or tool integration can change the risk profile. The review process begins by asking whether the change is material. If it is, assess compliance, security, privacy, fairness, explainability, and user impact. High-risk changes need formal approval or documented exceptions. Lower-risk changes can use automated checks. Every decision should link back to evidence, model cards, risk registers, and monitoring. Treat AI incidents as compliance signals, not just technical tickets. After detection, triage should classify severity, stakeholder impact, regulatory relevance, and system criticality. Categories should include AI-specific failures such as unsafe outputs, bias, privacy leakage, prompt injection, data poisoning, misuse, or agent failure. Define timelines, then route issues to legal, compliance, security, risk, and executives. The final step is learning. Feed incident trends into controls, dashboards, risk registers, and audit evidence. Governance KPIs make AI oversight manageable by turning risk and compliance into signals leaders can act on. Strong metrics do more than count reviews or completed policies. They show coverage, control effectiveness, incidents, exceptions, and readiness for audit or regulatory scrutiny. Each KPI should connect to a decision: invest, escalate, remediate, or pause. Segment results by risk tier, business unit, region, regulation, and owner, so weak spots are visible before they become failures. A useful governance dashboard answers 6 practical questions. Do we know our AI systems? And are they classified, reviewed, controlled, evidenced, and remediated? Inventory and ownership show accountability. Risk and review metrics show prioritization. Control and assurance metrics show whether safeguards are working. Targets like 95% inventory completeness turn governance from aspiration into measurable management. Good AI governance KPIs are built around decisions. A metric should tell leaders whether to approve, escalate, remediate, pause, invest, or accept risk. Weak KPIs create comfort without insight, such as counting AI projects or governance meetings. Avoid raw comparisons across teams unless they are normalized by risk tier, business unit, and system criticality. And pair numbers with judgment. Ethical concerns, regulatory uncertainty, and unresolved exceptions often explain what the dashboard alone cannot. For governance committees, the dashboard should answer one question: what needs attention now? The useful view combines inventory coverage, high-risk systems, incidents, exceptions, control health, and audit readiness. Trends and thresholds create the real value. If incidents are rising, evidence is incomplete, or critical gaps exceed tolerance, the committee can escalate, approve resources, or require remediation. AI assurance becomes more effective when KPI results are translated into the language enterprise risk leaders already use. Map findings to operational, compliance, cyber, privacy, model, and reputational risk. Escalate unresolved exceptions, incidents, failed controls, and overdue reviews through normal risk forums. Then use trends to shape audit plans, board reporting, regulatory readiness, and investment decisions. The goal is a closed-loop system. Evidence informs oversight, and oversight drives better controls. The key message is that AI compliance is not a launch checklist. It is a continuous discipline. Monitor systems, refresh evidence, test controls, report incidents, and review model changes. Use executive KPIs to expose gaps early. Next, we extend this governance foundation into enterprise trust infrastructure and post-quantum readiness.